I'm going to introduce my book to Farnham. Published it myself because we publish, Donal and I publish books, poetry books only, I'm afraid. We've got a few of our books here, as well as Ray's own book, which is right in the front here. It's great. So it's called Remembering the Future. So it's people of my age tend to write memoir, and I've tried not to, but it's so hard not to. So I'm afraid some of the poems are memories. I'm going to start with a very a kind of local one, because I was brought up mostly in Farnham, which isn't that far from here. And Farnham used to only have 10,000 people when I was brought up there, and it had water meadows. And this is called the Water Meadows. Across a grey highway, open, clanging metal gate, swim through gold ocean. Climb on wooden stile, intrepid footsteps, daisy petals, telltale dawn. Squat by green water, tiddlers swarming over stones, nets scooping in shallows, shaded shallows, toad under twiggy elbow, dragon in a dream. A yellow meadow, creatures hidden in a dark stream, for curiosity or cows. More memories. I was an art teacher for more years than I care to remember. And this is about Midsummer in the Art Room. This morning I ran the gauntlet of dripping lavender, petunias glad after last night's storm, the sky empty grey. Sports days postponed. I'm condemned to mix paste in my plastic cauldron, help turn out facsimiles of cupcakes for giants, baguettes for ogres, cans of Cooke 4 feet high. Then, with an army of chattering elves, I'm making faces and masks to hide them in. In company with fairies, I transmute shoes into animals, trainers into volcanoes. At home, waking from an exhausted daydream, I fall in love with the memory of a papier-mâché donkey, whose ears we made in cardboard today. And collecting Oberon from the station, I'm recreated as Titania. My prince chants his spell, works his magic, and produces salmon, coleslaw, potato salad, and a glass of orange juice with bits in. And finally, we come from Guildford, we live in Guildford, and which is the home of Lewis Carroll's grave, and who had a house there for his sisters. So I've always been a big fan of Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. I think a lot of people probably were too. This is a pastiche, I suppose. It's called Alice in Officeland. 'Twas Friday, and the compulads did clickle on the scribble screens. All done wit were the bossy bulls, in shirties red and green. The ofterball had uttered jokes until the air was bugger blue. The secre ladies goggle-gigged at lunch till 2:30. Is it 5:30 or dirty dive, and is the weekly shamrock o'er? Will compulads and secre ladies go frickle at the watering bore? She thigh-toed out the greeted door with Primark elegance and ease, escorted by a bossy bull who thought she was a furtish tease. They fraggered down the crowd-rubbed street to Billy's Vino Barisette. He sat her in a plaster booth and fetched her gin and anisette. It's growing late, the secre girl protested as he brought her more. Come, Bibbleby, he urged her, have a sprudel dive, a peridor. And so the night went woofing by. Let's body rub, he said to her. They found a room in Palmer's Green and fiddle-fingered up the stair. Come to my arms, my bossy boy. Tell me you have no Wookie wife. He told her bylines, spun a tale about a singlifying life. But suddenly the door bursts wide. His Wookiee wife stands glowering there, with Lord Divorces at her side. Alice, don't fall off that chair. Where is that work I'm waiting for? That database to be completed? There's work to do. Or there's the door. Her fantasy deleted.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I lost my markers. Okay. One of those sci-fi days. It was one of those days when, without any warning, the space-time continuum shifted to morning. The twin suns had risen, the 9 moons had set, and the kitchen cook, "Master, you want breakfast yet?" I lay my capsule so snug and so lazy, but all of a sudden the bid screens went crazy. The newscaster rolled all his 17 eyes and said, "Monsters have landed from out of the skies. They only have 2 legs to stand on, 1 head." I sat up in shock and I leapt out of bed. It was one of those days when I had to go out and meet those invaders my dream was about. I tried to stay calm, but I had quite a fright. I shouldn't read Philip K. Dick late at night. I'll read the title poem from the book. That's a safe thing to do. It's called Remembering the Future, and it's got an epigraph. Again, it's Lewis Carroll, my favourite man. "It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards," said the White Queen. And that's from Alice Through the Looking Glass, Chapter 5, Wood and Water, by Lewis Carroll. If I mourn now, remembering I shall one day lose the warm swell of your chest under my cheek, the comfort of your gentle hands on my body. Like the White Queen, if I suffer now the pain that will grip my chest as I lie here one day in the future, knowing you've gone. Perhaps I can live time reversed, all grieving done, no tears to shed, time cancelled, my fingertips still exploring your beloved flesh, you and I in a perpetual present time. But no, my mourning will be of infinite duration. Better not to step through the looking glass. There will be no relief from remembering that you've gone, and no end to the pain. Best to keep my poor one-way memory that holds the presence of you, and remember only our precious years together.